It's coming in. I got other shirts coming in as well. Different, like Alice touching the glass, saying, keep calm and shift on. Just had a high-pitched, it's still going now, in my right ear, high pitch. I'll be here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Attention to what I'm listening to, what I'm, no more science fiction, no more fake TV shows, because I really feel like, I feel like I'm on that, just so close to understanding things and wanting to know more. But it's always going to be about wanting to know more, because nobody's going to know. We ain't going to get it. Once you get it, you die. I don't know. Oh, baby! It's a hot sun again. It's white, and it's hot, and it hurts. I mean, not like pain, but like really fierce sunburn. I mean, it's just hitting my body. It feels like sunburn. So what's fake, what's real? I think we just need to experience what's in front of you. It's about your perception. Get out in nature, stop being distracted. I'm coming across all of these things now that I'm realizing I can do and change. And like one of the things I wanted to do, and I'm like, oh, that's not helping anybody. That is totally helping them be distracted. So I'm kind of steering away from that project. I mean, it would be a good business to get into, and it would make some money. But it would just distract people, and I'm in a place now where I'm realizing, watching an episode of Netflix or any kind of sports, I jump on the computer, it's all distraction. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it once in a while, but that's all we do all the time. We just distract ourselves. There was a guy I was talking to who was talking about that, and I was trying to grab what he was saying when he was saying about when you're watching a movie, you're putting all of yourself into that, and basically all you're doing is wasting time. And now I was listening to some other guy's tapes on just life and how his opinions on what you do with it, and I was getting the same thing. When you do those things, you're just distracting yourself and you're wasting time. Doesn't really work, watching movies, because you're putting all of your imagination into somebody else's creation, when you should be taking that energy and creating yourself. And I've noticed something, I get used to it. I'll go through it. I'll go through the motions. And I'm not done doing what I want to do, but I go through the motions, and it's hard. It's like a habit. It's like breaking a habit. Instead of trying to watch TV or jump on the computer, what am I going to do? What do? I sit there and meditate, listen to some uplifting music or uplifting talks. I am being very careful what I put in my brain. I'm only listening to people who are where I want to be, or things I want to do, things I want to change in my life. I'm listening to the people that are already successful in those areas. Makes sense. But I'm also going to be doing something else here, and I'm not going to be listening to videos on YouTube anymore. I may catch a couple getting out of that. And I kept saying I want to get off of YouTube. It might not be so much getting off of YouTube as stop listening to other people's opinions, stop listening to other people's experiences, because it's just taking away from when I should be creating, what I should be learning and creating and doing. It's the other thing. I come across somebody who said, you'll never die as long as you keep learning. It's getting off topic a little bit, but I thought that was pretty impressive. So, that's all for now. Enjoy this beautiful scenery for a while.
Well, the shirt seems to be working. It's having an effect. I'm getting people asking me. I've had three today ask me what is the Mandela effect, and one lady. I'm walking through the bar. I'm off today. She goes, the Mandela effect, and I'm holding the book, right? So I mean, and I'm holding the book, and I said, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in it 4 times, and she's just like, are you kidding me? This is a real thing. My daughter's into that. So where's your daughter? She's over there. I walk over. There's just 12-year-old kid, just like, oh my God, name some Mandela effects. Do you know about the Berenstain Bears? Do you know about Jiffy? Do you know about this? Do you know about that? And we just started going back and forth, just chatting it up like it was everyday conversation. What a riot.
There looks like a nice piece of soda light. I wonder if I can carry this. Yeah, it's nothing personal on the whole not watching videos anymore. If I see a title or something that, looks interesting, I may check it out. I mean, this is, what's going on in the outside world to me is YouTube. Can't be that way anymore. I need to start creating, going through these, finishing up these, experiments, I'll call them, that I'm doing. Just things I'm applying in my life to see what happens. That's all. And I'll miss seeing you guys, and it's going to hurt. But because it hurts, makes me say, yeah, I need to do it. Anything that I want to stop doing that's going to hurt, I need to stop doing. And that goes for everything. If there's something and I really, really like doing, I need to be able to let go of it, even if it's just for a short period of time. But that's where I'm at now. I think we're over 2 weeks with no meat, and one time I had chicken one day. But yeah, it's time to start practicing what I preach.
So one of the things I'm realizing very quickly is all the distractions in my life. Watching videos on YouTube, even if I agree with them, even if they're the same like-minded people, it's got to go because I'm watching them and putting that energy out. I just went nuts on a couple of movies in between writing my book. That's when I really feel like I'm aware. When I'm watching these movies, I'm doing it because I'm not going to do it anymore. So I think, I'm going to get a couple of good movies and I watch them over again. Now, I know I'm not doing myself any favors, but that's done any minute. And just really realizing the distractions, the waste of time, the people I should be listening to rather than the people I am listening to. Like I said, YouTube, I'm not going to listen anymore. I may put up a video every once in a while if, for whatever reason, just to distract myself maybe, or just to send myself a message. Yeah, it's like I'm thinking about this. I'm like, ooh, things are going to be boring. No, they're not. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna be writing a lot. I'm gonna be putting all of my spare time into writing and finishing up this book I've been teetering with. Um, and if you want to change something, what did I say before? Do something that you're afraid of, you're procrastinating on, something you don't want to do. It's more than that. It's not doing things you like to do as well. And that's probably a bigger way to shift by stopping doing things that you enjoy, things that you really like to do. These are some of the things I'm learning.
When you feel like you're on a ball flying through space, you're not confined. There's billions of other planets out there. There's billions of other suns, life. There's so much out there. You're not confined. But if you believe you live on a flat plane, it's covered in a dome, you're going to want to get out. You're going to feel confined. Eventually, it's going to hit you.
There's the sun right behind that tree. I hope you can get those rays. Do you see those rays? They're coming out in all different directions. So today is July 23rd, 2017. I was looking at somebody's video. I'm going to go through like a few more videos and then just stop. One of the comments was about how today is the anniversary of Nelson Mandela's first death. And I thought, wow, July 23rd, 91. Today's July 23rd. Coincidence that there's like, they've been talking about a shift today? And along with the whole not listening to other people's videos, no offense, I'm sure there's a lot of great videos out there I'm going to miss, but I'm not going to be catching any of the feeds, any notifications, no nothing. I'm not going to be distracted for a while. This is all part of my process here. As far as not watching TV, that's going to go, and that's hurting me, and I feel it. I'm like, ooh, I've already shut down Netflix, finished off whatever series I was watching, and that's it. It's a shame because there's some TV shows out there that, are portraying what's going on, or possibly just theories of what's going on, because you got Continuum, Fringe, Haven, all dimensional things, Stranger Things, and there's other ones. And I haven't even seen. People are telling me, oh, you got to watch this. It's about different dimensions. I'm realizing from what I spoke with some guy, I believe you got a part of it in the last video about giving your energy away to the TV. I like that a lot, but I think it's more than that. Now, does this baby rock? It does. Look at that. Does it spin? What does it do? And I have noticed changes the morning of Sunday the 23rd. I wasn't looking for it or expecting it or anything else. Did I just create that just by saying the things I said? I don't know. All those people were fine. Everybody that I saw having a bad day, a bad morning. It was like they shifted right out of it. Imagine that. It's funny. I want to put a TV show on just to sit here and chill and go to sleep. And that's not the move. There's other things to do. There's other things I can fill my head with. When I spoke with that guy in the street, he said something about it was a waste of time. I think it's more than that. I think it's more than just a waste of time. And even the baseball games I go to and enjoy, I don't really enjoy them anymore. I think I enjoy the ride with my friends when I take them more than anything. Yeah, but this has been about, yeah, you like that word again. I got like two of them that are black and red and one white and purple, and I got some other designs coming. And I saw Jinx Cat is doing a contest of some sort for T-shirts, Mandela Effect T-shirts. I'm gonna have to put some of my shirts on. Anyway, what was I gonna say? All right, you remember me saying, do something you don't want to do something you're afraid to do something you're procrastinating on, and that'll shift you. I am coming across information and reading other information that's saying practically the exact opposite, which would be, what's he saying? Stop doing something you love. Stop doing something you love to do. And I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, I've been doing this. You know, I mean, maybe, I mean, love, I'm like, do I love meat? I mean, I used to enjoy eating a good steak or a burger. I stopped. A couple other things have stopped that I enjoy, and I'm like, I'm kind of already on this road doing this, and I really like what this guy's got to say. If what I'm doing pans out, I'll share. Unplug the jack. What? There is a lot I'd like to say on that, but I want to wait. I'm not even nearly halfway through, so. But it's really going along those same lines.
How you came up with this, I don't know.
I remember what I wanted to say. If it hurts, if you're going to stop doing something you enjoy and it hurts, then you know that's the right thing to do. If you're doing something you're afraid of or procrastinating on and it hurts and it bothers you, that you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm actually going to do this now, then you're doing the right thing. I mean, I could feel it. You know, how bad do I want to just watch the entire series of Fringe over now? You know, buy the DVDs, do a marathon of that, and never watch any kind of cinema again, because that's what it's going to come down to, I think. You know, I don't know. I mean, do I have a right to entertain my mind? Am I entertaining my mind? Or am I just taking somebody else's creation and diving into that and wasting, I wouldn't say time, but wasting my energy when I could be creating my own adventure or whatever? I mean, that's what I think it's coming down to. I don't know. A little more time will tell. But I think that's what it was. If it hurts, you're on the right track. You want to get to the point where it doesn't hurt.
Oh, go down.
Still. If I fall, I fall.
Five or six. So what year was it?
It was the first woman in space.
Because what are we talking? Challenger?
Yeah. They put us all in the auditorium.
Thing is, a lot of people remember it happened in 80 what?
86.
86, 87.
You know, and you get that, like, you don't quite understand it because you're 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah,
And
something
you
was
know
wrong.
something bad just happened. and you're not quite sure. And we had, I went to a magnet school, and so earth sciences were a huge part of our education. And we built rockets, had the Young Astronauts Club. We all wanted to be astronauts.
Of course. I was going to have my own
we were like,
starship one
we
day.
get to watch an actual one go off, and then they just click, 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 click.
Yeah, because now nobody wanted to be an astronaut anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know it's been reported that, I mean, I only saw it on YouTube that those people are still alive? And they're showing them on film, and I'm like, I don't really delve into that, I don't bother, whatever. I don't believe anything they say anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Alright, you like conspiracies and things like that. Have you watched any of the new stuff on history about Amelia Earhart and Jack the Ripper?
I saw the Amelia Earhart stuff pop up out of nowhere where
On Facebook,
people were
the picture?
saying that she was captured in Japan and they had pictures. Where'd that come from?
It's a new show. It was just I think it was like an hour and a half show they did on history. And there is a military picture that was declassified, and they fucked up. It shouldn't have been declassified. They knew.
They know what they're doing.
According to the documents that these people found doing this show, they knew that she was taken by the Japanese. And they've gone...
I suggested long ago, and possibly not even with this group, that paranoid schizophrenics may actually see in more than one dimension. They may see so much more than we do. That's why they get so confused or whatever it is they're going through. Well, not long ago, I asked a bunch of people in my family, there was a get-together, I got on the phone, and I'm on the phone talking with them, and I said, hey, I got some questions for everybody. Nobody got them all right except for my paranoid schizophrenic aunt. She got every one of them right, and she was quite excited. Oh, I know this one, she kept saying. I know this one. And I'm thinking, is it because she had to pay such attention to what was going on that she figured it out? You know, she ain't saying now, that's for sure. She thinks I'm crazy. I was talking with this guy who asked me, and he knows I'm into the Mandela effect and the whole bit. He saw the new shirt. Oh, let me show you this. There you go. Yeah, I was touching the glass, right? So, he says, hey, Anthony, you seen the Sinbad movie? And I said, no, but I've seen commercials for it. I've seen a billboard for it. And I said, but I never seen the movie. I said, it doesn't exist. And he said, I saw it. And I said, well, that's your Mandela effect. You're affected. He goes, I don't tell you. He goes, I saw it in the movie theaters, and it was so bad that they didn't even put it out on digital. They didn't put it out on video, so nobody has it. That's his explanation. So, but I'm going to get him to describe the movie. I don't know if he'll go on camera or not. So, but yeah, I got a couple more shirts. Exact opposite over here. How do you do that? Exact opposite of the black one right there. And then I got a couple more coming. Blue with gold and monkeys with tails and no tails. And what was the other one? I told them, I said, I really want Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And I don't remember flags at all. And some people have said that it actually had flags and propellers. But I only recall propellers. And I just said, well, what the heck? I'll pop it in there. I'm sure it was always just propellers for some people, right? So we have people who have been affected by the Mandela effect and continue on searching, and a lot of people get stuck on the Mandela effect. I have for quite some time. But I snapped away from it as far as looking for them, trying to figure things out. I mean, yeah, I'm always trying to figure things out, but I'm not, I'm always learning, always growing. And then there's people who are affected by the Mandela effect, experience it, understand it's a real thing, and then go back to their lives just the way they were. I think the idea here is to change, not to go back to what you were doing before. And it's hard. It's hard for me. I've been talking about certain things for a year and a half now, and like I'm going to do this and I need to do that, and yeah, these things help you change, and I'm under the impression that our vibration is raising. So we need to get rid of things that, we're not supposed to be doing, shouldn't be doing. But what should we be doing? What shouldn't we be doing? Are we here to have fun, experience physical reality? Are we here to get out? I mean, so all I'm saying is, for me, I'm going to change. I'm doing things I don't want to do, and I'm stopping doing things I love to do, and neither of them need to be permanent. But these are things that I'm going to do for, some time, months, whatever, see what happens. That's me. I'm not going to stay the same. I'm not going back to the things that were holding me down, the distractions that were keeping me down. I mean, we all have them. And I just, after experiencing the Mandela effect, I'm blown away how you can go back to physical reality as if that's what it actually is. Like it's really that. To be into video games and the whole bit, and I realized how much of I was in that game and how much time I did waste. I mean, it was just right there, hours. I wouldn't sleep. I mean, and there's some people out there, you know what I mean. It's I got away from that on my own before any of this. I thought, wow, I really don't want to just be sitting by a computer playing a game my whole life. And that's what was happening. So I got away from that, years ago. Baseball. Perfect example for me because that's what I'm into. That's what I enjoy. That was my distraction. I would go to game. My goal was to try and hit every park, whether I thought I would or not. It didn't really matter. If I had an opportunity to go to a baseball park, I'd do it. I've been to 7 of them. Out near the West Coast, and it's funny, when I was on the East Coast, that's where all the parks are. You think, I've been to 2 of them out there. Go figure. But I really enjoyed going to the game, seeing the people, rooting for my team, screaming and yelling at the umps. I mean, I love it. It was great. I loved it. And then the Mandela effect came around and all the other supernatural experiences I was having. And I fought. I mean, there was a month or 2 in there where I fought and I went back. I like to say I went back to the ball. I came to the realization that, we're not on a ball flying through space. And that lasted a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden I woke up one morning and, no, I'm not doing it. I went back to my normal physical reality and it hurt. I was miserable. I was in pain. And it wasn't just about flat earth stuff. It was the Mandela effect too. Everybody's just misremembering there's some kind of weird psyop going on. I ain't coming down on anybody or, like I always say, do what you want. These videos are for me. Maybe you get something out of them. I'm just shocked at how many people can go back to the ball. How many people can turn around and say, you know what, it was always Berenstain, I just misremembered. Or say, hey, Berenstain changed to Berenstain. And it's impossible because it's always been Berenstain, but I know it was Berenstain. Let's go to the game. I find something disturbing about that. Let's go play video games and forget about everything. I find something disturbing about that. Guess what? I'm guilty of that stuff too. It's just different. I have different distractions. Like I said, I've been fighting not to go to a baseball game, but now it's to the point where, no, you don't really need that, want that. But I have my distractions too, and I'm peeling them away, one by
You
one.
think actually saw his funeral and saw him get out of jail a couple of years later?
Yeah, right? Millions.
Well, you didn't see his funeral, right?
I was too young.
But you saw him get out of prison.
It was a big deal. It was like watching the OJ trials.
Oh wow!
So they broadcast it in school. And when you watch the movie, the biography movie,
Mhm.
biopic, I guess it would be called, that they did based off of his life, you see, I mean, around the world, you see it broadcast in Times Square, the release of
The
Nelson.
tests and experiments I'm doing, and I'm realizing how much everything is a distraction. And it's not everything, because there are things we're supposed to enjoy and do. But once you get into a habit or something becomes a habit, that's when you got to shift it or switch it. I'm learning a lot right now by staying away from electronics, television, TV shows. I mean, that's things that I really didn't think. I kind of knew it was messing me up, but I didn't understand how. Um, and things are so much different. I mean, I could feel it, I can sense it, I could see it, and it's because I'm doing it. And sometimes I'm miserable because I'm like, I don't want to do. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to go do that. No, no. Well, I'm thinking too much into it. You know, I should just sit down and just be. But you know, as far as you guys, you want to go on Discord and the Afterglow and YouTube channels and Reddit and all those things. Look, I think that stuff is great for people just getting into the Mandela effect or just noticing shifts in timelines and understanding this stuff or not understanding it, so they can go and see what other people have experienced, so they can determine for themselves what it is they need to do. Because I am doing what I need to do. It doesn't mean you guys need to do this stuff. You know deep in your heart, what it is you need to do to lift the veil, to move on, to continue to learn, to continue to grow. And it's, you know, it's like everything's a distraction and everything's a Mandela effect. You can't walk around thinking like that, but you know, use it. Yeah, so I realized almost immediately, getting on YouTube, watching a couple of videos, making a couple of comments, it just really brought my energy level down. Not interested in learning again. I'm more interested in learning all the time, and I'm happier all the time. I'm making this quick, short little thing. I'm going to go ahead and put that video up. I'm going to enjoy that. The other thing I got to stop doing is stop filming stuff, because that leads to videos, right?
People have bad days, but I've noticed changes in personality. Is this fucking dog chasing me? Oh shit. Even looking at the news to see what everybody else is doing and what's going on is bringing that into your reality. Okay? You're hurting yourself by just checking it out. That simple.